Hi, I'm Mr. Weed, and I'm here to tell you about Burr's Hill, okay? And have any of you been here before?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I went for my summer camp.
Yeah, they have a big summer camp here, and this place is an important historical location. Anybody have an idea why?
A train track?
Train tracks, absolutely. So, but what's most important about this place is that this was an Indian burial ground, okay? Members of the Pokanoket tribe started burying people here in the 1500s, okay? It's over 400 years ago, okay? The burials were all up on the hill there, and they used this location because it was easy to dig in the soil, because it was sandy. It's like gravel, okay? And they didn't have steel shovels. They had clamshell hose to dig for burials, and they didn't bury people 6 feet below the ground, only about 2 feet. So they were able to bury not just everybody who lived here, but the people who were part of the royalty, okay? Like the kings and queens. And this person in particular, who was Usamiquan. You probably heard the name Massasoit. He's the guy who went 42 miles to Plymouth to strike an agreement with them that lasted for his entire lifetime. It was a very important agreement because it meant that the pilgrims, the people, the separatist people who came from England, could survive here with the help of the native people. They taught them how to plant corn because the seeds that they brought with them from England wouldn't grow well here. So that way the English people survived here, and Usamiquan welcomed them and struck a treaty with them. He was living here. Does anybody know the name of his town? I'll give you a clue. Yep.
Warren?
Well, it wasn't Warren, but if you look over Warren Town Hall. No, not Providence. Any other guesses? Yeah.
Massachusetts?
No, we weren't. We were in Massachusetts for a while. Yeah. No. This was Soames. Anybody ever hear the term Soames? S-O-W-A-M-S. Okay. If you go to Barrington, there's a Soames School there. Okay. There's Soames Woods over there. This was all the settlement, and you're going to see in a few minutes another place where there's a spring, so you know that people from the Pokanoket tribe lived here. Why do I say Pokanoket and not Wampanoag? Anybody know? Wampanoag is usually what you hear describing the indigenous, the native people here, but the real name of the tribe was Pokanoket, and you may not have heard that, but you're going to learn more about the Pokanokets, who buried people here along with things that were buried with them, like this hatchet head and these beads. These beads belonged to Usamiquan, and they found them in one of the graves here. So they know that the Massasoit was buried here, okay? You see these mounds, you see those mounds up there? Lots of people think those were made by the native people, that they were Indian burial mounds. They're not. They're just sand dunes that blew up from the river here over a long period of time. And it made for a sandy location, which was easy for them to dig in and bury people here. All those items, 42 grave sites, were dug up over 100 years ago, and the things they found in the graves were sent to different museums. 7 years ago, tribes came here and reburied those items because they got them back from the museums. Why do you think it's not a good idea for museums to have burial items? Yeah. They might what? They might be haunted. Okay, you what?
They're valuable and old, and they could break very easily.
Right, they're valuable, they're old, and who are they most valuable to? Yeah.
The Native Americans.
The Native Americans, right, who lived here. and they wanted them back. So in a ceremony, they put them back in a vault that's underneath the monument that you see up at the top of the hill. Okay, see that monument up there? Okay, underneath that monument, covered over with grass now, is a vault that contains over 600 items that were taken from the gravesite in 2017. Okay, think of it. What would you think if somebody went to your grandmother's burial or your great-grandmother's burial site, dug it up, and took things and put them in a museum without asking you for permission? Would you like that? No. No. Well, that's the same thing for the people who lived here. So we're glad that they're now returned, and the Massasoit is back in his original gravesite. Any questions about what goes on here? Okay. Next, you're going to go visit the spring, and you'll learn more about that. Okay? Good talking with you.
Do you